I wanted to say something for them jokers that's accusing me of using steroids. If you don't get out of here, I hit you in your head, man. I am drug and alcohol free for the past 6 years. I won't touch any of this shit. Leave
Exactly,
me
man. I've
alone,
been
man.
receiving those
I'm like,
comments on
yo,
Twitter as well. All right, welcome everyone. It's Coach Albert here, founder of Demi Cycle Protocol, and I'm here with our client Devin today, who at the age of 45 now, already 46, in 6 months went from over 23% body fat to 9% body fat, lost 22 pounds of fat, and optimized his sleep quality, going from 58 to 91 sleep score at the age of already 46 years old as a dad of two. Hal, Devin, could you briefly introduce yourself, what you do, how your lifestyle looks like to the audience?
yep. My name is Devin. Like you said, I'm 46 years old. Um, work a full-time job still. Um, I am a manager at a water treatment facility plant, and I am a real estate investor. I'm a day trader. Basically anything for a buck. Father of two, like you said, one 15, one 24-year-old boys, and married for the past 6 years. Yeah.
Awesome. And could you briefly say a few words about what your health and fitness situation looked like before working with us?
Well, see, my 30s was in really good shape. So I worked out, and I had no problem with that. Never, it was, I would work out 4 or 5 times a week, but marriage and kids and life, um, the pursuit of other things like trying to become financially stable and things like that. That's one of the things that get pushed to the back burner first is getting to the gym every day. When you ran all day at work and then you're running to houses to check on construction and kids need this and you're running the games and that type of stuff. So getting to the gym and just my health in general, diet, those are the type of things that kind of, stop and grab whatever you can grab quickly. That whatever the kids want, you can pick something up too. So I'm eating McDonald's or I'm eating whatever trash, picking up. And I got to the point where I guess it was 45. It happened so over so much time that when I look at the before and after pictures now of what we've done, it's amazing because I knew that I didn't feel the same, but I didn't really realize how it had gotten. You know what I mean? How bad it had gotten. And I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I was 207, somewhere between 207, 210, but just not a healthy guy. Um, so yeah, that's why I was before we got together last July.
Mhm. Yeah, so definitely you have had some foundations with your experience before, but some already get out of hand and we apparently fixed it very well. But the thing is, how did you find out about our service and what made you curious about it first? So how did this all happen?
Dude, I think you got a shout out from one of the members on Twitter, if I remember right. Somebody I was following on Twitter. I'm been big in the crypto Twitter, and like I said, anything for a buck, I'm in the crypto and whatnot. So somebody had shout you out on there, and I saw I guess your tweet about what you did, and I went through and looked at it or whatever, and I think I don't know, you put King or put something in the chat, and then you got back to me, and we kind of set it up. But yeah, it was off Twitter, and I saw it, and that was when you got back to me.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. And actually it's pretty fun to see or to see in general that okay, someone made a shout out for us and it motivated you enough to start a conversation and just to get it going. And but there was one point where you really, really got started and just got started with your workout plan, your nutrition protocol, and your sleep protocol. So what was the main motivation? Why have you started working with Demicycle Protocol?
Uh, Again, I think it's just I wanted to get back, and I had no idea that I could get back into the shape better than the shape that I was in my 30s. But yeah, I think I had made up that decision that I wanted to take care of myself. I mean, I have friends, um, I went to school with dying from heart disease and heart attacks and, just not taking care of themselves. When you're 46 or 45 or whatever, you start having friends die because they're not taking care of themselves. Just looking around at your friends in general, you look on Facebook at pictures like, sheesh. You know what I mean? The people you went to school with aren't holding up well. So I didn't want to do that. And you know, I want to do a lot of stuff, and I was doing a lot to better myself, whether it's self motivational books and reading this on self help, and you know, might write mind frame and all of these other things. But then I looked in the mirror, and my health wasn't where it wanted to be. So after we had our conversation and talked, I mean, I was like, if I'm gonna put the money out for it, I'm gonna put 110%, as they say, into it, right? Like I'm frugal to say the least. Like I don't, if I'm spending my money on something, right? Like first of all, I want to make sure that it's something that I believe is legit. So we went through that whole process with that, and I mean, I looked over some of your stuff on YouTube and Twitter and whatnot. But just in speaking with you, I felt like it'd be somebody cool for me to work with. So once I got over that, it's like, okay, if you gonna do this and put the money up and go through this, then we're gonna hit it full steam ahead. You know.
100%, man, and you're really, really putting the work. And when you finally made the decision, what were your main goals at the time, body composition wise, health wise? What was the final picture in your head that you wanted to see?
I think we decided like, I wanted to be somewhere around 190, and I wanted to just be fit. Like I wanted to see my abs again. Of course, I wanted to put on some muscle. Um, and I think the main thing was just stripping the fat off, where we could reveal the muscle that I did have that was there. Because from working out before, it wasn't gone; it was hidden and just lying dormant a lot. I think, but that was the thing. Um, had no idea about what we're going to do as far as the diet. Had no idea about the sleep and what we were going to do as far as that and making me feel better and improving my health in that aspect. Those were things that sort of came up after. But, I think initially it was just, I want to get to a certain number. It may have been 190, 189 or something. And I want to get, where I just look good. That was it, and feel
Mhm.
good. And that was
Absolutely.
another thing. I forgot about that part of it too. It was my sleep. Like I was I'm going through the day and I had to take a nap. I remember that was it. I was like, when I'd work, I'd get off at 3 and then I'd get home and feel like I had to take a nap before I could do anything else and hop on
Mhm.
doing something else. And partly due to my sleep schedule and I was, trading London session at 3 a.m. So I was crushing my sleep uh, schedule just because I was waking up straight these particular sessions. So yeah, that was another big part of it. I just was tired, and I didn't feel like at 46, 45, I should be running on fumes like I was the majority of the time.
Oh, for sure, 100%. And when it comes to stripping off the body fat and maintaining your body composition, hitting that magic number of 190, and ultimately improving your sleep, in that time, in those 6 months, how close do you think you got to achieving those goals?
We crushed them.
We
Yeah,
crushed it.
we crushed it.
Absolutely.
I mean, what 190? We got to what 184. I'm currently holding about 186, just and not even doing anything special with diet. Just maintaining, doing a lot of golf training. Um, just doing the daily stuff, eating right. Yes, and we crushed it. Sleep is again. We switched platforms. Like I'm on Whoop now, but I keep a 93, a 94 for efficiency for my sleep. I've got REM and my deep sleep both up, usually over an hour plus a day. Running 20 to 25% of my sleep each a day. Deep a little less. We're usually running around 20%. REM 25, 22 to 25%. So I mean, we're crushing it. We crushed those goals. Yeah. We
100%.
had to come up with new goals when we got to around month 4 around we started saying, hey, maybe we can get to such and such and such and do such and such. So yeah, that was awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you make it sound like it was so simple. So like I'm curious, like how did the program accustom to your lifestyle and how flexible did you find it?
Simple. It was. It's so simple. Easy is not. You know what I mean? So yeah, simple. It's not a hard program to get. Um, Motivation to get up and do it every day. Um, I mean, I always like telling how it's like those days when I've already got in my mind like I'm not going to do anything for the day. Then I get that Telegram chat say, "Hey, so we're gonna get those arms today," and it would piss me off, man. So, and I couldn't even say, but I would be so pissed. I'd just be like, "Yeah, one word answer." And I'm sure if you look back through our chats, and you'll find plenty times when you got those one word answers. That's me being pissed off, just hitting you like, man, I had already counted the day off. I was gonna go home and take a nap, but yeah, I got it. And that's the thing. So I mean, the program is not hard. I mean, it's made to work around whatever, and we changed it because I went from a day shift to a night shift, or I went from a regular 5 day work week schedule to a split shift. I've done a lot of changing throughout the course of it, and we just made tweaks and we changed it and we kept it moving. So yeah, I mean the program is simple, and once you get the basics, like I know, for me, where you said we don't have to track calories. To me, I wanted to do that initially because it let me see where I was and I got a better understanding. So for the first few weeks, I did that, even though it wasn't necessary for me to do so. But then I got in the habit of knowing what I was putting in my body, where it made it easier for me, where I didn't have to depend on reading all the boxes and doing all of that stuff. So that was kind of easy for me to, and something I sort of took on my own. Like you said, you don't necessarily have to do the tracking, but for me, it made it easier. But I mean, once you get an idea of what you're putting in, you know what you're going to be putting out. When you get in the gym, you're going hard when you go. You may not go a lot to the gym or for a ton of hours, but when you're in there, you're busting it. And I mean, it didn't take long to really start seeing results, and that's the thing about it. I think when you do a program like this, you really want to see results. And with the hard work I put in early, we were seeing results. You know, for sure after month one. But I mean, I could start seeing the differences. Literally weeks. But I mean, as far as like my sleep getting better and things like that, those were, you know, um, those were very early on starting to see. I mean, they got better as I improved with it and did better. Where we made changes on sometimes how I ate, or chamomile tea here, or adding it and that those type of supplements or whatever, just natural supplements. So it was a good deal, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Definitely the results were visible week by week. You've been consistent with also tracking that. So what was your body weight looking like? What was your body composition looking like? Taking the pictures every week. So you've put that work in on that front as well, and it was definitely visible. And also you've got some pretty solid gains on your sleep early on as well. I'm curious, like what were the major changes that you noticed on your sleep and your energy levels?
Yeah, and that's it. Um, when the sleep started getting better, and I mean, you suggested several things, like we did the muscle tension things where I would flex my muscles right before bed, cutting out blue light blocking glasses, at nighttime if we're watching any TV or things like that. The chamomile tea, things like that. Um, but yeah, the thing is, you don't really pay attention to it, but the naps become less and less, right? Or if I would take a nap, they would be 20. I'd try to keep them to, shorter naps just for like a little boost before we go work out or something like that. But you notice, I mean, eventually it got to the point where the naps weren't necessary, and you're you're exerting a whole ton more energy than you ever were before when you needed the nap. So like all I was doing was going to work, coming home, and needed a nap. Now I'm going to work, coming home, going to the gym, putting in the time in the gym, busting it, getting on the treadmill and doing getting my steps in. And then I come home and it's like, I'm still not looking for a nap. We're having dinner and it's time to go to bed. So, um, yeah, my energy level, and it's just one of those things you really don't pay attention to until you do. And you look back like, I haven't had a nap in a week, but here I am doing so much more than I was when I felt like I had needed a nap as soon as I came home. So, those, big improvement there for sure.
Absolutely, and that's amazing. And the most fascinating fact is that you never really slept more than what you slept before. So it was like a steady 6 to maximum 6.5 hours, and that was it, right?
Yeah, and sometimes not even because I never. It took a while until I stopped trading in London, and so that was always sort of a hiccup in my sleep, right? And it would mess the numbers up, kind of, because I'd be going to sleep. And what I started doing was going to sleep earlier to get up at 2:30 to be ready at the London session at 3. Um, but yeah, I wasn't putting any more time in. It was just much more efficient. Like the quality of sleep was so much better because of the steps that I had taken. So it may even been a little less sometimes. But you're falling asleep and going straight in the deep. And then, so it wasn't that, or when I lay down, then I'm going to bed because I've taken those steps to really make sure it was, I don't sit around tossing current, not having the TV on or not watching TV before with the blue light blockers, those types of things. So where I'm getting to sleep and falling asleep sooner, of course your efficiency is going to increase. Um, so it was
Absolutely.
good.
For sure. And you got that nailed. You got that nailed with your sleep habits, following the protocol, taking the right supplementation, and basically setting your sleep environment up in a way that now it's all efficient for you. And what were the changes? So when it all started, like snowballing up, what were the changes that you noticed on your body composition?
Mm, I think first you start seeing, the gut starts going a little bit. You start seeing that. Um, the arms are one of those things where even with the pictures, I wasn't able to tell, but I like my wife, man, you know what I mean, pulling on the arms, like, damn, daddy, arms looking good. But like my just the growth in that, I started seeing definition in the chest again. Um, and again, those were the things I noticed around first. But like that, when the stomach started going away, and again, those are things you think take forever, but I think I really started noticing things. And if I go back through the pictures and look, which is amazing, which is I'm very glad that we do that weekly picture thing, because you can see that, the face thinning out. That was a thing where you go back and look, and here it looked like I had chunky cheeks, um, and those slimmed down. And that may have been one of the first things, when you go back for the picture, like the face, you start seeing that slim down. Um, but man, it's like those goals, like when you first start seeing the abs again after you haven't seen them in 10 years or something, man, it's just a cool feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the end, I was even fascinated to see the veins on your abs and all over the striations coming in your shoulders. So that was really, really good to see. And how did these lifestyle changes, how did this impact the way you feel and perform on a daily basis on your day-to-day tasks?
Yeah, I mean, it's twofold, right? One of them is just mentally, right? Like when you accomplish something that I set out to do, and I know it's something totally. I mean, it has nothing to do with anything in business or anything else, but you have this feeling, this attitude that whatever I put my mind to or whatever I go after, I'm gonna get it right. So it gave me that feeling, like as long as I put that work in and grind, just like I did with it, whether I'm 46 or whether it's something totally new to me, if I grind, then I can get it, whatever it is. Um, and I guess it's just being able to, yeah, again, just the energy levels. The energy levels, are amazing. Again, I go out and play golf, and now, I mean, I will take a nap these days. I'm getting older. I still love a good nap, but it doesn't feel like it's a necessity after just things. If I go out in that heat all day long and come back in, sure, I'll shut it down for a little bit and get back up so I can push through the night. But yeah, those are the main things: the mental and just energy level.
100%, man. And you did this all without counting calories or without working out more than 3 times per week. So that was absolutely amazing. Um, but what's your message to those who think you can only lose fat or you can only change your body composition if you overly restrict your diet? What would you tell them?
I mean, overly restrict? No. I mean, there's things that if you really want to achieve your goals in this quick matter possible, like there were some things that I had to chill out on, right? Because I was an ice cream dude, like every night, ice cream in bed. So now, if I want to do what I want to do, I can't have that bowl of ice cream every night. Now, you made some good suggestions on some different things I could do, but even then, it's something that not even for maybe I could have eaten the Halo every night, maybe because it was what 300 calories or something. But I just had to get into the habit of not doing those types of things. Right? It's not healthy all the time. I still enjoyed. We still did cheesecake occasionally. We still did ice cream occasionally, but those things back down. But overly restrictive, it's like I never went through the day hungry. And even now, I'm off of the hardcore protocol that I was in when I was trying to get to my main thing. I still wake up in the morning and have a protein shake with banana and peanut butter, right? Because I enjoy that, and I know that that's going to give me my protein to start the day off, the energy I need to get going, and it's not going to fill me up and have me feeling all groggy and want me to go back to bed. So that's something that I still stick to. And then again, just learning when you get into it and you're learning, like, yeah, I know I can have. I mean, at the end, and this was the amazing part to me when I was at my like the last phase before we took pictures and did all that other stuff. I mean, I was eating these huge plates of potatoes and hamburger, and it was like I'd be done. I'm like trying to finish the last few spoons of it, and it's dude, I was full as I wanted to be, and I was literally wake up the next morning and be down point 0.3, point 0.4 pounds than I was the day before because it's eating right, and when you're eating right, that doesn't mean you have to be hungry and walk around feeling and like you haven't eaten all day long. I was eating, and I was always um, full of energy. You got to eat if we're trying to fuel this body for these hard workouts and things like that. You can't be, feeling meat like you're weak and you can't perform. So, I mean, I ate well, and I did enjoy the goodies occasionally. And there would be like I'm like, hey, family, this weekend we're gonna have cookout. I'm ready to blow the whole dive for the weekend. Okay, we'll get at it next week, and you just roll with it because life comes at you. You don't want to go on vacation and be counting calories. Um, so that was the thing. When I went to the DR, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna eat. And you gave me some little exercises I could do with a cooler or whatever else, like some stuff I could just do wherever. So I mean, and that's the thing I love about the program was just the ability to adjust and the suggestions for traveling and the suggestions for, you know, not feeling well, whatever the case may be. I mean, it was always, I was looking to get in shape only when I signed up. But like the main thing, I mean, I think that I wasn't even expecting was the sleep stuff, and that was the stuff that really I think had a big effect on my health and energy levels, and that I wasn't expecting at all. I just want to be muscle and to be slim again, right?
Absolutely. But now you got it all and you're living proof that you definitely can have it all. And you just said a keyword a couple of minutes ago that you were not really feeling hungry. So, and that was one of the main points of having you
Right,
go down even below 10% body fat when you got there is that not to ever have like any point of the program that you feel like you're starving and you hate your diet because that's when people stop. That's when they mostly never get back to somewhat healthy nutrition ever again. So
right.
that's one of the most dangerous points. And I'm also about to ask you like a tough question, but what would have like stopped you from going through this program, or what could have caused you to be hesitant about it?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I expected when I got in. After speaking with you, but at that point, I mean, for me, I mean, I guess if I just didn't vibe with you initially, would have been something that would have done it, right? But that was never an issue. Um, Again, I think if you had been, that probably would have been something where if you like, hey, we got to cut your calories down to 1,200 a day or something. You know what I mean? That's going to be, yeah. I mean that type of stuff. Yeah, but I mean, those would have been like the only things. Is I was motivated to do it.
Yeah, for sure,
So,
for sure.
but it would have had to been something crazy, like if yeah, you got to go run. Yeah, it would have been. It would have had to been something just out of this world for me to second guess it. I was in.
Yeah, definitely. Like no one likes counting calories and being told that you have to run around all day, do cardio 6 times a week and stuff like that. So
Right,
we didn't even have like scheduled cardio sessions for you until the last 8 weeks phase when you started doing the VO2 max workout. So that's the most fascinating
right,
about the whole thing. Then you've been just chilling, you've been very consistent with your step counts, and when it was time to double down, you started with the VO2 maxes, now you're doing golf. So either way, you're getting your cardio in. You don't have to like
hmm
separately run or jog around the neighborhood or anything like that because you don't need it. So I'm very glad that you went through it anyways, and you went through it without counting calories or without having to like sweat your pants on the treadmill, because why would you do that? I'm also curious, like, how did this all, the way that you've been able to go through this entire program in a pretty simple and chill way, how did it affect like other parts of your life? Thinking of your focus at work, your energy, your relationships.
yeah.
So how did this all come along?
Um, yeah. I mean, relationship. Uh, Definitely more energy when it comes to that. So with the wife. So I mean, she's enjoyed it. Just feeling more confident in myself physically as well, right? Like I think as a person, you get more fit, you feel more confident. You know, you present that. You know what I mean? You're looking good, you're feeling good, you present that. So business deals and speaking with people as far as ongoing business matters. But then just yeah, the energy level is huge because you know low energy you also project low energy. You got that low feeling vibe. Nobody, I mean, you can't. I mean, you can fake it for a little bit, I guess, but I mean, it comes through when you're dealing with people over a course of a day. You come in feeling low energy, and you sort of project that as well. So those are the things that just feel, you know, and never, regardless of what time it is, getting up and going to work at evenings or mornings or whatever the case may be. It's just that energy level. Um, Cats are fighting in the window, looking at me. Um, but feeling that the energy level and uh, what else? Um, I mean, those are the main things I think. Again, the mentality, the mental, feeling good and looking good, man. I mean, it's created that, and still, not worrying about just having to overextend to get any of it. Like now, I put the work in and being not able to stay close, but just being easy with it. Like, man, just maintain. I think we spoke of that earlier. you know, feeling good and knowing I'm doing my best to ensure that, I have the best rest of my life that I have. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And with all these habits and all these frameworks in place, now you are set for life. So you don't have to put in any like further excruciating effort to maintain what you have already built up. So at this point, it all works passively for you. And yeah, you have achieved it. And now you maintain it. You get to enjoy the
That's
fruits
it.
of your labor. Uh, Overall, I would ask like, who would you recommend it to? Who do you think this program might be for?
For whoever. I recommended my friend, a good friend of mine who just recently sent me some updated pictures of the work he's put in. Um, Man, looking good, putting in work and showing big improvement. So it doesn't matter if you're trying to just cut weight and get in better shape for that. If you used to be fit and you sort of lost that, such as myself, um, I mean, I think if you just want to get in shape and even though like I knew, and that's the thing with me, like I knew how to work out. I had no problem with it. I did it for years. So I knew how to put a program together or an exercise routine together. I won't say a program because mine would have been just putting an exercise program together. I mean, I knew how to do all of that. But the support you get from on the dietary side, like the sleep thing, I never would have thought of or never even considered. Um, so yeah, I mean, this program is for anybody trying to do it. If you're busy, it's something that can be worked in your schedule. I mean, I got a ton of things that I do on the side, and plus real work and plus wife and kids. So I mean, to be able to work around that schedule and flexibility of being able to change that if something comes up, or if something changes and now you need to, you know, instead of twice a week or once a week to the gym or however it works out, then you just speak to you and I got a 1 day full body routine that I can do once a week. And so that was always changing. So yeah, anybody that's trying to make improvement.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
But
by the way, your friend who's right now in the program, he's absolutely crushing it. He also recently sent me some transformation pictures on
yeah,
how he goes, and he's absolutely crushing it, putting in the work. Also, 3 workouts a week, so nothing too complicated. And yeah, so if anyone who's watching this and are in this situation where you have quite a lot on your plate, maybe a demanding job, businesses to run, family to take care of, and you are at the point where you have never been in shape before and you are overweight, or for example, you got out of shape just like Devin over the years, but you already have some experience, you already know how to lift weights, you already know some stuff about nutrition, but there's just one missing piece that you want to fix, then you definitely might want to reach out to us, or first might want to reach out to Devin, but just be careful not to blow up his inbox because it's getting quite a few messages from a lot of people on a daily basis. So guess you don't want to bother him, but feel free to bother me in that regard. And all the links are in the description, by the way. But when it comes to, recompositioning your body and making it happen, it doesn't have to be complicated. And and also your friend Kevin, you are both living proof of that. So I'm pretty happy about
Absolutely.
it. One more question to you right now is what's next for you? What are your new goals, new health goals, new lifestyle goals that you formulated over the course of the past 6 months? You also mentioned you started golfing.
Yep. So that's it now. I'm putting, I've sort of, the time I was putting into the gym now, to be honest, I haven't been to the gym in about 3 weeks, about 2.5 weeks. But I'm training for golf on every off day. So I'm putting, you know, 6, 7 hours a weekend at the driving range. That may be a stretch. I'm putting 5 to 6 hours a weekend on the driving range plus playing like a round of golf a week. So yeah, the goal is to try to get better there. And again, you've adjusted my work training schedule again. We're gonna get on about a few 15-minute blitzkrieg sessions per week, and it's just on how easy it is to adjust the program as you go along. But yeah, so I'm into golf again. Kind of quit that after I just wasn't seeing results. But I got a good coach, so I'm improving. I dropped quite a few strokes since over the past 2 months, and looking to drop plenty more. But um, just enjoying the games, man. Enjoying the energy of it, the ability to do all of this stuff, right? So that's where I'm at, and continue business wise, continue everything I've been doing there, the real estate, the trading, spending time with the family, looking for vacations and those types of things. But to just enjoy it, man. Now that I've got myself in shape, I've done what I can do to improve the quality of my life, and then now it's just enjoy that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you get to enjoy that, and it's really great that how much it improved your mindset about everything. So you are the wise man right now. Then, I recommend for everyone to become this kind of wise man who invests into whatever gets his life better, invest into coaching, invest into mentors. If you want to get better at something, you want to get better at golf, you get a good coach for yourself. You want to get better at trading, you get a coach for yourself. You join a program or something like that. And the same goes with your own personal body composition, fitness, health metrics, and everything. So once you're on the verge and once you've been thinking about it for a while, just make the decision, take the leap, and be just like Devin. So thanks, Devin. Thanks for getting on in you and telling us about your situation. It was really fascinating to listen to. And to anyone who might be considering joining and have been considering it for a while, then just take the leap and be amazing like Devin. And we can definitely make this happen in less than 3 hours per week and without having to count a single calorie because who the hell wants to do that, right?
Right.
Awesome, man.
Thanks for
Awesome, man.
everything, coach. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you've done for me, man. Really do.
Appreciate you, brother. And thanks for joining.